Hi guys, I hope you're good since last video. So this time we're gonna be making reports using Agent Team. The scenario is someone in a company and the person is going to the next meeting, and before the meeting he needs some insight about a subject. So we're gonna prepare the environment, but I'm just gonna explain you while we're preparing it. So the two different reports that we're gonna try to make. It's one about Cardano meme coin, getting some information about it, and the other one is gonna be about research on the effect of cryotherapy. So the whole body in the cold environment. So the effect on the testosterone levels, and we're gonna use Django as an authentication. We're going to use Nginx as a reverse proxy, and behind everything there will be Streamlit and all the backend with the agent team working, the LLMs, internal and external LLMs, and the database, which is going to be a Postgres database, which is going to store all the embeddings. Okay, so here we just set our different windows. I'm gonna stop Oyama. Let's first start the application. It's a Streamlit application. This is an easy way to get a front end. So Streamlit run app.py. And we wait a few seconds to get it running. It's good, it's running. We start Streamlit backend app. So this is done. Now we start Oyama server. So I'm just going to stop it in the systemctl, and we will be able to see it in the front. The embeddings happening. We we run Mistral 7B. That's the model that we're going to use. And we create a Gunicorn server. I say socket folder, but it's more for the PIDs. So we're going to use Gunicorn to serve the Django application. So access denied. Just going to use sudo. So what is important here is to have the permission on this folder. So we're going to change the ownership of it. So here we're setting all the different environments before launching the application. There will be a demonstration first. After we're going to see the architecture of the application, and after we're going to go in details through the code. But before starting, I'm going to show you Nginx and the Django frontend. So here we change the ownership for us, Creditizens. So now we're the owner of this folder. So Gunicorn will be able to add the file. We start the Django server using Gunicorn. It's a bit long command, but we can explain it very quickly. So the first part is the Gunicorn binary, which is in the environment. After we have the Gunicorn settings, let's call it like that, all the settings. We have the WSGI location for the Django application, and inside the application that is initialized. Gunicorn config file. Let's just check it before launching the Gunicorn app. So this is the config file. What is important to know about it is here I just located where is the WSGI app. This is by default, but I'm not using this. I'm using the Gunicorn sock.sock, the socket. We're binding it for Nginx, OPT, Creditizens, local, /run. So this also you need to have the permissions. Same for the logs. And here, that's the one that we just did now, is the PID file. So you can easily fetch the process IDs. So this is done. Now you know everything about Nginx. This is just to show you that here I have the permissions. You see, Creditizens. So this is the group and the user. And the same for the logs. Now we can launch this. So this is running. So we make sure that Nginx server is on, and we check Nginx logs, just to make sure that everything is linked properly, and that it's served by Nginx as a front process. So yes, Nginx is running fine. You see we have all those worker processes. This is because of Nginx. On here we have the Nginx same on all the PIDs, the different processes here. The socket is listening. Nginx configs. Let's have a look very quickly at Nginx configs. So it's located at etc Nginx site available, and I just put the name of the domain, creditizens.local. It's an upstream, so the server is here using listening on the Nginx socket and the Creditizens local. This is the listening on port 80. That's the name of the server, which is here, and we have also the 443, so the HTTPS setup for the upstream, the Creditizens.local. And here we have the certificate and the key, just self-signed. So at the location of HTTP Creditizens local, it will be redirected to the HTTPS. We have a validate session endpoint. This is the Django endpoint. Why do we have that? It's because if someone wants to access the Streamlit app, want to make sure that Nginx validates that the user is connected. So if it's not connected, there will be error pages. And here, this is the localhost. That's the Streamlit app. That's the proxy pass. So that's where we're going to direct him. After we have all the Streamlit native path that we need here to link to our application, so Nginx can handle those switch. And here we have the statics of Django, the media, and at the end we have the error pages. The 403, the forbidden one, is going to be redirecting the user to the login page. And the location API, I'm not using it. It's maybe later if I want to use it. If I want to create an API. Django user auth, so the filter door to the app. Just to understand that here we're using Django as a filter to access the Streamlit app. And we don't want to show the IPs, so that's why we're using Nginx as a reverse proxy. So we allowed the different hosts, localhost and the Creditizens.local. After, for the application user authentication, we added an application in the Django. So we need to add it to the installed apps. And then we have the Postgres database. All the environment variables, they're coming from a .env file that we have set. And after, there's a little, yes, there's all those static URLs and media URL that we are defining here. So we created the folders. And here for HTTPS configs for Django, session cookie secure is set to true, CSRF cookie secure is set to true, and also the secure proxy SSL header. HTTPS, and the session expire. So the session expires when the user just turns off when he shuts down the browser. So here models.py, we're just using the Django native models user that we extended here in a custom user. And if you want to add some extra field, custom field, we can add extra fields. So this is just to have the possibility to do that. After the models, we can see the admin. That's where you register this model. So this model registered here will be able to be linked to the database and create tables in the database. And that's the form. We have a create user form. So this is a custom form that we do, and we take the fields of username and password just to create this user. Very simple one. No email, nothing. Just for the the very simple authentication in Django. And after, you can see here we have the make safe with those rules and how to set this password. And after here we use the meta, so the user model, the Django native user model, and we set a username, password 1 and password 2. Okay. Now we can check the routes. So how do we access this app? Different routes: user register, the user login route, and the logout route. We have the Streamlit to access the app, and we have the validate session, which is going to check and tell to Nginx if the user is authenticated or not. So the views.py, that's where we have all the functions. And here to register the new user, so we just check if he's authenticated. So this is the path. Creditizens local, HTTPS here. And we just redirect it if he's located, if he's authenticated. Otherwise here we instantiate the form, we get the post data, and after we just authenticate the user straight away. So we create the user and we authenticate the user. And after here, if the user is not known, we log in the user. That's what we do. Just pass it through, little message. And this is success. And we redirect the user to the Streamlit app. So if there is any issues, we just show those different messages, error messages. And the context, that's the form when it's empty at the beginning. And here we're gonna be having the other function to log in the user. Pretty simple. If he's already registered, he can go to the application. If he's not, we're gonna use the username and the password. There's different fields that have been set in the template. And after, we're gonna authenticate the user and send him to the Streamlit app. Logout user, we just log out the user on the request, and we redirect him to the login page. And here we have the Streamlit app. So to access the Streamlit app, so here the Streamlit, we put this decorator, login required. If he's not logged in, it's going to be redirected to the authentication page. And here, if he's logged in, he's going to be able to access to the application. Okay, and we have the validate one, the validate session. So that's the one that Nginx is going to use. So if the user is authenticated, we get an HTTP response, which is it's like a 200. Let's say here, this returns a code, a 200, to Nginx. Nginx knows that it's all good. The user is authenticated. Otherwise, the other one returns a code 43, which is a forbidden. So at this time, Nginx is going to handle that by redirecting the user to the login page. After we can check the templates very quickly. What are the names? Login user and register user. So in the naming, I just use simple namings so you can understand it. And here we have the form to log in the user. CSRF token, safety for Django forms. Okay, to validate the form, and we have different fields that we have set. And same here for the register one. But here, as we have created a custom form, we're just getting that form from the context, and we put it the field where we need it to get those username and passwords. Okay. So now let's connect through Creditizens local domain. As you see on the top, use a login. You can also register user. This is the page. And here we're just going to using, let's put the one that I already created, Creditizens. Just using the admin. And here is the Streamlit. You can see here. Streamlit, we own it. We upload the file, start embedding, go in the documentation here, the best memcoin 2024. So I got some information about different coins, and we're going to be trying to get some information here. We can toggle this button to have the 400 first characters, just to make sure it's the right document. Have a look at it. So the tutorial here says to toggle the buttons above, use the undo button to store your document and wait for the embeddings to be done. We have 16 chunks, and because there's too many chunks, we're just gonna show the two first chunks parts. There's a patch content and the metadata. Later on in the code, I'm gonna show you how I created that. And here the patch content, for example, for the chunks number 2. And we wait for the embeddings. So you see here, I just fast forwarded it a bit, but you will get 16 lines for the 16 chunks. This is the document, but we're gonna see it more in details. So it's a small document, because I want it to be quick for this one. The second one is gonna be a long paper. But I'm going to fast forward all those annoying times, waiting times. Okay, so the collection created one document. Document successfully embedded. You can start asking questions. So ask for a report based on the file content. So agent will search for it online. Agent will retrieve the most relevant data to the answer of the query. And the agent will then work on creating a report for the next meeting. So let's say for the next meeting, I don't know about a snake coin, and I want to get some insight about snake coins. So the agent are going to be working on that. So let's submit. So the submission is done. So now what it's going to do first? It's going to try to retrieve from the database straight away. So the agent later on will be able to use this retrieval response. So my question was about snake coins. What is snake coin? Let's just cut the document here so we can see what is inside the file to know if the chunks are properly done. So snake is rooted in the Cardano blockchain. This memcoin is known for its layback approach and community-driven developments with a market cap exceeding 78 millions. Snake. Yeah, so you see this sentence basically. So when we retrieve the data, we want the here we're using the Langchain the retriever, and here as you can see we get the response because it has found the right answer in the database. So it's possible that it doesn't find it. So here we're using Olyama and Langchain together. So agent team preparing reports. So this is the first attempt. So for this case scenario for the Cardano Snake meme coin. So the agents are working. I just say go have a coffee outside. While the agents are working on producing the best report ever for your meeting, because it might take some time. It's possible. So the app is going to be just running, and we just need to wait. But you're not going to wait. You're going to see what's going to happen in the backend. Here we just clear it. You see we have the return here from the embedding that we've done before. And here we have some intermediary agents reports output. We're going to check those different reports. So here is the search report using an online search. So I just called the file online search. Pretty easy. No, I want to cut. Just going to see what it's in. Okay, so Snake coin is a meme coin built on the Cardano blockchain. It's characterized by its fair lunch, community-driven nature, and focus on circulating. So you see here we got a first report with the current price, 24-hour trading volumes, total supply 76 million. When in the database it was 78, I think. And we have got some links, which is good. Ask for reference links because I don't want hallucination about the response. And here we can see that's the right page, that's the Snake page in the CoinGecko. And after it just said that it has completed the report. This looks like a final report, but it's not actually. So I just improved the prompts in order to get nice reports like that. But doesn't mean that the agent is going to always produce the perfect report. That's why this video is interesting. It's because you're going to see here how the reports are going to be created and how the final report is going to look like. Is the agent is going to be serious or is he going to be lazy? The database search. So this is another intermediary report from what we got from the database. So here, database search is just using same what we got before. Is using the online search report. Yeah. So here it is. The online search report is more precise. Here we got the advice. So this agent has the access to all the other reports created, and it's going to make a critical thinking about it. Just give his advice about it. Let's do cut. And here it's a bit longer. It's a nice one. Overview, the team, the performance, answer to the user. So upon examination of the available information, Snake coin presents itself as a legitimate and promising meme coin in the Cardano ecosystem. Its community-driven nature and focus on high circulation and low emissions are commendable. However, the team's transparency could be improved to increase trust and credibility in the subject. So after we have the Q&A, 3 questions, and we have a conclusion. So Snake coin is a legitimate coin. So it's just repeating his answer. And they're talking about the transparency that could be improved. So that's his critical thinking about it. Interesting, but needs more transparency. Okay, so at the end, when it's done, we get all the output. I just output it here, what is normally in the terminal, and we can just check our first final report. Now I'm using the right command straight away, and this is the final report. So I'm surprised because it's a bit short. That's not what I asked for, but still, that's how it is. We're not cheating, and we're showing how it works. So stake count report, we have an overview. Stake count is a mem count, built on Cardano blockchain, characterized by its fair lunch. Okay, and we have the information. That's the most important information that we got from online search and from the critical thinker. So now let's get reports from a paper. So we go online, we get a random paper on the cryotherapy performance, efficiency, and we're gonna download it. Cryotherapy, whole body cryotherapy. Okay, just try to find a paper which is not too long also, because otherwise it's just gonna take ages, as I'm using Oyama embeddings, so it's a bit slow. So the PDF is 199K. Here we got the PDF, and here I can save it. That's another paper. It was too heavy, so I didn't use that paper. But I'm trying to use small chunk size, not too big, so it can be more efficient in the retrieval process. Otherwise, there's loss of data. So, which one it is? Where is my document? So we go back here, docs maybe. That's the one. Full body cryotherapy. Yes, that's this one. Give me a few seconds. Yeah. That's the one, same title. Here we got it. We check. Yes, that's the right document. On 2019, 6 August. We launch, and here we have 616 chunks. So it's gonna take a while. And same here, because the two first parts. But I'm gonna fast forward this chunking process and embedding process. So has started at 7 in the afternoon, 15 to 8, quarter to 8, and we're gonna see how long it's gonna take. So at the moment I'm fasting, so during the night we're doing long prayers. So I went do my prayers. I knew it's gonna take a while for those embeddings, so coming back it was done. But as you can see here, it took almost 1 hour 30 to do everything. So you can see it's 8 p.m. now. Keeps going. We're gonna arrive around 9:16, I think 17, if I remember. Okay. Just wait a few seconds. We're at 9 now. So as you can see, every 5 to 15 seconds it's gonna make an embedding. That's the time it takes. Okay, we're done. So 9:16, and now we can ask a question about it. We have the one document still, same validation question. But I don't know about this paper. I know nothing about it, so I don't know what to ask for. But we're gonna go through the paper very quickly. So you also, while watching this video, you have an understanding of what is in the paper. 2 minutes to explore the paper, to create our question. Sorry about that, but I don't know about this paper, especially. So we're just gonna read maybe the conclusion. It's not a long one. So WBC, it means whole body cryotherapy. Okay. Yeah, it's not very long. So just we get an idea of what's the answer of the question. So whole body cryotherapy shows the potential as a novel warm-up intervention prior to competition by a high-performance athlete. When integrated with a traditional element of active warm-up, it appears that the psychological responses associated with acute and chronic exposure to whole-body cryotherapy can elicit effects that could promote athletic performance when employed before competitive events. The potentiating effects of hormonal changing, reduction in body temperature, and perceived soreness. So perceived soreness and fatigue. The evidence required to prepare. Okay, so they don't have a clear answer on it because it depends. And let's go into the testosterone. There is also cortisol, which is interesting. But here, as I told you at the beginning, we're going to focus on the testosterone one. Hormonal changes induced by whole body cryotherapy on testosterone. So I'm just going to take this and make my question. What can we ask? Whole body cryotherapy. Just give me 1 second and I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask the effect maybe on the very simple question. What is the effect of cryotherapy on testosterone? Maybe. Yes. What are the effects on testosterone? Testosterone of cryotherapy. Let's put it before. Cryotherapy. That's the right spelling. What's this? Let me check. Yes, it's okay. On the question mark, and we get rid of the title. So we're going to query the agent team now to work on this task. About the effects on the cryotherapy on testosterone. We can maybe look at the paper again, just to know about what they say about it. See what the paper says about testosterone. So consider the goal of enhancing athlete well-being prior competition. Hormones within an established circadian rhythm could be a key mechanism manipulated through whole-body cryotherapy exposure. Muscle mass generation, strength, both vital for athletic performance. Salivary testosterone levels in elite female athletes have been associated with an individual's natural desire to compete and motivation in training and readiness for competition. Whole body cryotherapy exposure has the potential to elicit acute exercise-like effects in hormone concentrations following exposure, which could partly explain the benefit on the activation. So on main 20 minutes, repeated sprint exercise elevated free testosterone levels by 28% for 24 hours at 2 hours post cryotherapy compared with the control group. So similarly, serum testosterone in elite male tennis players increased by 13% over 2 weeks of twice daily exposure to the cryotherapy. The biomarker concentration are relatively variable in both inter and intra-subject settings, carefully defined by executed studies are needed to clarify, so they don't give us an answer here. Free testosterone plays an important role in motivation and social aspects of the athletes. Our demeanor, hormonal fluctuation can be promoted with visual feedback and contest motivation videos. Acute bouts of cryotherapy could be reduced to level of perceived soreness and fatigue. So here is what we get in the conclusion. reduce levels of passive soreness and fatigues, increase aggression levels, high performance. Okay, circadian rhythm, testosterone concentration, and many spots are played. Okay, so basically here what we can see in this paragraph is that they're mitigating the answer about the effect of cryotherapy on testosterone. So let's see what our agents are going to say. So here from the database, the provided context does not mention the effect of cryotherapy on testosterone levels on athletes. Cryotherapy is a method used for recovery by exposure of the body extremely. After just give us a little lecture of what is cryotherapy, including testosterone level. Some research suggests that a single cryotherapy session may temporarily decrease testosterone levels, while other studies indicating significant changes. More research is needed to fully understand the relationship between cryotherapy and testosterone levels in athletes. So this is a really good answer retrieved from the database, because the paper doesn't really give us a clear answer. So agent work done. Let's download the report and review it. So those are all the different agent thought process and the communication, the creation of reports, and everything. And the final report is ready. Let's download it. That's our final report too. Let's check. Okay. Effect of cryotherapy on testosterone, comparative report, cryotherapy. The use of low temperature in medical therapy has been gaining popularity in recent years due to its potential health benefits. One of the areas of interest, impact on testosterone levels. The report aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the effects of cryotherapy on testosterone. So the introduction. This testosterone is a crucial hormone for various psychological processes in the human body, particularly in men. It plays a significant role in the development of male reproduction tissues, promoting secondary sexual characteristics and maintaining muscle and bone mass. Therefore, understanding the factor that influence testosterone levels is of great importance. The effect of cryotherapy on testosterone, the effect of cryotherapy on testosterone are not yet fully understood. And the available research present mixed results. Some studies suggest that cryotherapy may increase testosterone levels, while others indicate not significant effect on the increase of testosterone levels. Increase of testosterone levels. Some research suggests that cryotherapy may increase the levels. Here we get a reference. Found the whole body cryotherapy after exercise resulted in increased testosterone levels compared to a control group. Similarly, Rose and al. 2017 reported that whole body cryotherapy after resistance training led to increase in testosterone levels. So here we got some other papers. Yeah, so no significant effect. That's another answer. On the other hand, some studies have found no significant effect of cryotherapy on testosterone levels. For instance, we have another here, academic journal maybe, conducting systematic review, meta-analysis on the effect of testosterone. So found no signal effect. So decrease in testosterone levels. Interestingly, some studies have reported decrease of testosterone levels following cryotherapy. A study by Oswirth and al. 2016 found that whole body cryotherapy after exercise resulted in decreased testosterone levels compared to a control group, factor influencing the effect of cryotherapy. And here we get all the different factors. So this report is more developed than the one that we had before, as you can see, because you could find more resources maybe about it. Type of cryotherapy, individual differences in response to cryotherapy, the exercise type and intensity, and the timing of cryotherapy. In relation to exercise, so in conclusion, the effect of cryotherapy and testosterone are not yet fully understood, and more research is needed to establish a clear and consistent findings. So yes, it's gonna do the same as the paper did. It's gonna mitigate the answer by saying that some research found that it's increasing the levels of testosterone, some others finding that it's decreasing the levels of testosterone, and there's different factors that influence those different findings, which are the different factors that we just enumerated before. And here we got all the references. So this is a nice paper. That's the report that we got from it. So quick intermediary reports. We're just going to check. I'm not going to read those reports. We're just going to check what it has found on the online search. So this is the online search report. On that, the agent specialized in database has done the report here based on the retrieval process that has been done before. After I gave to this agent also the ability to go online, so it could also do some more research. That's why it could make this nice report. And here the advice. So here we didn't get this one done nicely. As you can see, in the version before we got the last report, not very detailed, while here it's an intermediary report on the critical thinking that hasn't been done properly. Okay, and after the final report one, so you've seen the final report already. Final report and final report. So that's this one. As usual, less instead of cat. And here we get this nice report. This is following the instruction that I've said, with paragraphs, titles. So PostgreSQL TB page vector, the collections on the embeddings. You can have a quick look at the collection. Normally the collection should have the name of the file that has been uploaded. PDF embedded as the name of the database. And here is the collection. As you can see, the last one. We got also the best meme coin on the top. That's the one that we did before. So I did some other ones also. And here we got the whole body cryotherapy potential to enhance athlete preparation for competition. Maybe this title might need to be modified before sending it to the database to have the right format. But this is what we got. This is the raw title, which is here. Okay. So like without spaces, and here I'm just showing you also the embeddings. So I try to find how to get those, but this is just generally, so you can see all the numbers, because in previous videos I've showed you the diagram architecture of embeddings, and this is just to visualize how the phrases and the words are stored in the database. So now we're having our first little pause. This is the time for you to like and subscribe, to have a little drink, and also to be ready for the app architecture. So now let's go for the app architecture. So this is going to be very quick. I'll just show you. There's the user, internet, or in-premise. We're going to pass through here in Nginx in the front and the tier. We got Nginx and we got Django. So possibility to add the Nginx reverse proxy. So it's not possibility anymore because I've added it. And here the authentication, how does it work for Django? We have GUnicorn serving the application. Behind GUnicorn says this GUnicorn serving Django has an authentication barrier. We have the different routes. We have the models Django linked to the database tier. So here the application database. All right. So after we'll have the extension also, the PG vector embedding for the database. And the backend logic behind. We're just going to focus on this one. And this is the backend, the application tier, which is, say here, Gradio Streamlit front end. But I'm using Streamlit So let's just change it now. Let's do this, and same for Nginx maybe. I'm gonna get rid of the possibility to add because it's already on. Good. Little details, but perfect like that. So upload document. There's the chat field called the database. Embedding the documents, calling the LLMs, using the tools. The tools are in the middle, at the center of the application. Langchain libraries linked to Ollama. But it can be also, let's put LM Studio also. Can have also LM Studio to do that with some other models. Okay. Or any other local LLM. And after here, so it said, yes, calling the tools. So the custom application functions also. So here the link with the tools and the local LLMs, and the link with the agent team also. All right. So we have here the Langchain embedded enabled agents using tools and LLMs to complete the tasks. And those agents, let's do first external backend tier with all the services, internet browsing, web API, whatever you want, API, where you where you can get information from using the tools or the functions. And the agent team will be using Groq here. So external LLMs also, or OpenAI if you want. But we're gonna use Groq because it's quick and it works fine. Langchain modules linked to the vector database. So this is a comprehensive idea of how the application is set. And here we can maybe go into the scenario that we are using. Example of a user getting information about a PDF and getting more information from agents, which are going to make the report. User upload the PDF. The PDF is being processed and embedded. User asks a question to get information from the PDF, and he needs information and activate agent team. Asking a question, agent investigate by performing online search. Agent come back with a report. User read the report and download the report, and is ready for the next meeting with some insight on the subject. Advantages: takes less time than reading 200 pages, so you can work on something else while the embedding is being done. For example, it's an automatic process, and you can create different types of agents. So this maybe can be introduced in the application, that you create forms and fields, so user can create agents on the fly. Okay, this is our second pause. You can breathe a bit. You can like and subscribe. There's a link in the description for the Grass project if you want to join it. Coding from the metaverse. Yes, that's where I am. So in the metaverse, that's how we code. It's very quick. And after, we're going to just check the code stack review now. So now we're going to go through the code review. This is the longest part of the video. Streamlit app. And after here, we get the environment variables. After here, we have all the imports from Langchain. So if you want to understand more how it works, this is the part where I'm going to show you every single details. I'm going to even read the prompts. The Groq Photopea API. And after here, we get all the different imports to handle the documents. Character text splitter. Here I'm using a recursive character text splitter, the text loader, the PG vector, the distance strategy, Ollama embedding, the chat Ollama. I have another module next to it called the PG vector Langchain. In the previous videos I showed the details of it. So here I'm just reusing it and making all those functions available. But here we're going to just use vector db create, and even for the retrieval I use another function. Similarity, MRR, Ollama embeddings, answer retriever. That's the one I'm using. And here string.io. This is the PDF and text file handling. I use also string.io to handle the agent terminal output that I output in the front end. And here this is for the agents. Let's go here for agent team. We have Olyama, we have DuckDuckSearch. This is all the tools. Their directory read tools, file read tools. I created many tools, but I'm not using them all. We have also we're using Create, which is using Langchain on the backend, agents, task, crew, process, just to make it easy for the agents. We import the system. This is for the conversation agent, just to forward it to the terminal, as I told you, context manager. The variables. This is the first set of variables, which is more general with all the environment variables, the vector database. So here, I'm going to show you. So you just use a .m file and you get those variables for the .m file. So here, inside this file, you're going to set your environment variables. That's the safest way to do it. PG vector Langchain, connection string. And here we have the embeddings, that's the Olyama embeddings. And here we have the LLMs, so different kind of LLMs, but here we're going to use the Groq LLM. You can also use OpenAI or custom LLM. You just go into your .m file and you change the API keys. So for Groq, we have to use a 0 point something. Can't use a temperature 0 apparently, reading the documentation. Helper functions. So generate response, which takes an input text and the Groq LLM. And it's going to use the LLM.invoke input text that you're going to put in the front end if you want. Another one is to store the embeddings. So embedding LLM engine. So I'm not consistent here. Sometimes I define the type, sometimes I'm not, but I know what it is. So here I just say, for example, text of doc. For chunking the document, it's a string, and it's going to return a list at the end. But sometimes I'm not using this because I needed this here, so I use it only if I need it. Okay, so here we have the text splitter, recursive character text splitter. The chunk size is 230, and the overlap is 10. Just a small overlap. So this is the right balance that I found. And here is how I create the page content. So you put a document, put the page content, say it's equal to the text of the document. While here I put the name as a metadata, the name of the document. And after we split those documents, we do a count and we append everything to the list of documents. And we return the list of documents. After here we have the create embedding collection. So all the documents and the file name. After this returns Streamlit delta generator or .delta generator. And after here we get the connection string as a global variable because we use it here. Count is 0. We're gonna do a for loop on all those documents which have all those embeddings, and the vector db create to create those embeddings for each little chunks. Okay. And after here we have doc upload part. So we're gonna cache this. There's a Streamlit decorator for that. Load docs. I'm gonna take the file uploaded and the file name. On here I'm just gonna check if it is a PDF or if it is a here, where is it? Down here, txt file. So that's what I accept. So that's what I filter here. So we're gonna read using a PDF reader for the PDF file and append the text to to the alt text on the top. So alt text appended here, append the text. So we got a string as a return at the end. And for the text, we use the string IO. And here we get alt text at the end. All right. After we write terminal output to web UI, this is just for the agent at the end. We use the decorator, context manager, we capture the output. So the new standard out, we just use container, it's string IO. In those container, we're going to put the standard output and the standard error, and we're going to return that. We're going to yield those new standard output and standard error, but we're just going to use the standard output. That's what we're going to show to the user at the end. And after in the finally, we're just going to put it back to normal. So the standard output and error are going to go back to the terminal. Download final report. This is a little function to download the file. Final report dir and the output file reports. Those are variables that I've already set. Okay, so we just use the Streamlit download button for that. There's a Streamlit button for that. And the agent team setup. So for the agent team setup, I have the Ollama here model or LM Studio, but I'm just going to comment this out. So, I'm not using it. I use the LM Studio, Ollama, and Groq, but it's too slow. So I'm going to use only Groq for those agents. And for the embeddings, I'm going to use Ollama. And here, set the variables for files and folder where agent will store those and read those files. So those are the different files. So online search in the search dir, database search, reports in the database dir, and so on. We set up tools for the agent. So I'm using a class. Those classes are going to be defining different tools. This is the basic retriever, similarity retriever, MMR retriever, but I'm not using those actually. I'm using another one. File tool, read search reports. So this is to read the reports. So tools for the agents to be able to read the reports. From the search, from the database folder and from the advice one. The directory files tools. There's also directories. So at this time, the agent will be able to read everything located in the directory. On the search tool, we're going to use DuckDuckGo. So this time it works well without any rate limiting, as last time we got those errors. And here we're going to define the agent using the class agent team. So agent 1, agent 2, and so on, as many agents as we need. And what we do first, we're going to initialize this class with variables. Those variables are going to be all the different files and folders, but we're going to pass in this agent team two different parameters, topic and the retrieved answer. So agent will have access to the topic, so the question asked by the user, and the retrieved answer, so the first answer that has been retrieved by the database to make a first report. So the first agent is the online researcher. His goal, go online using the search tool in order to get her as much information as you can about external sources to have more insight about the topic. Find information about the topic. Visit different articles, search papers, publication, Wikipedia. Also, if you can, to design a well-rounded view on the topic. You produce a report using a Markdown. Verbose true, memory true, and the backstory. You are a specialist of online search and can find information and gather it in a well-organized report format using Markdown. you are trying to find an effective view, different views in order to have a well-rounding view on the matter you are searching for. And after here, we give him the search tool, online searcher. And here we have the allow delegation through. We have the Groq LLM. Could use Oliama or LM Studio, but it's too slow. It works, but it's slow. So the request per minute 5 and the max iteration 3. Very important to set those. Database retriever. So the goal of the database retriever, you will analyze the information retrieved from the database about the topic and analyze the topic and produce a report for the user to have insights about the topic and be ready for its next meeting with some information about the topic. I keep repeating, but that's the way for it to understand. Here is the information retrieved from the database, and that's where I pass in the information retrieved from the database. So the parameter that you have passed into the class. So his backstory: you are an experienced report writer for people who look for information database and get insight about a subject to be ready for the next meeting, in which they will need to have something to say about it and be pertinent on the subject. You are helping people to find the right information from databases. Delegation through Groq and same parameters here. And we have the agent 3, which is the critical results. So I call it search report judge on the enhancer. So here his goal: the user have required more information about the topic. You will read the present reports produced by database retriever colleague and the online search colleague. You have a file tool read search reports to read the reports from the directory search report dir doc tool from online search work. And after having analyzed the content of those reports and the user needs, I put the topic again, you will produce a more elaborated report with a very attractive and true title. So a very attractive and true title, paragraphs with titles to explain the different viewpoints, a paragraph called Answer to User, in which there will be your critical thinking about what is the answer of a user request, 3 Q&A about the topic. You can get more information if you find that the reports are missing some points by using the search tool to enrich your answer with example using Markdown. Okay, so here, so I'm just gonna at the same time check. Just give me a second here. Just get rid of this. Colleague. Sorry, I take this time at the same time to fix my prompts. That's good for this one. His backstory. You're an experienced critical reviewer about numerous subjects in which you find the gaps and enrich the reports made by others by providing another view on the subject treated. You use also, if needed, external sources from the internet to prove your point by providing links as referral to what other specialists say about the subject. Yes, on your report, your reports are very professional and help people to have a full insight on a subject with interesting, pertinent view. And after the tools here, we have the search tool, the file tool read database reports, and the file tool, the one to read the database report and the other one to read the search report. Groq LLM, it's good. And after we have the agent number 4, report creator. That's his name. The user needs insights about the topic. You will create a report that the user will be able to use for the next meeting with the board management. Some other colleagues made some research online and in the internal organization database about the topic, and I have produced a full report that you can search. You can read from the search user report and answer colleague using the tool. And after I give him the name of the tool, you will read the present report produced by a database retriever colleague, an online search colleague. You have a tool to read the search report made by online search report, and you have I give him the name of the tools. After having analyzed the content of those reports and the user needs, the file written by your colleague, search report JSON and answer, is to be found in the folder. I give him the name of the folder with the name of file and the file tool read advice report. Can be used to read it. Read all those files, and your job is to create a report for the user to be able to talk about the subject. During the board management meeting, it's important to have a report written in a professional way and using Markdown to have all organized with titles, bullet points, links, if available, pertinent to know information, important points to consider. Your produced report should be stored in, I put the folder with the name, I put the name. I don't say I need to put, but I prefer to put more than less. You are an experienced report producer who have worked in top 10 US companies, and your reports have helped board managers to make good decisions. You are helping people to succeed during their meetings by having very professional reports that provide pertinent insights on subjects. You're helping in the decision-making process and well known for being the best in that task, getting several Nobel Prizes. Okay, so let's put an S here. And after here, we just give him the tools to read all the reports. So here we don't give him any tool to go online. Just we want him to read those reports using Groq, same function. And after here, we define the different tasks. So we use a class also here with all the folders and the files, and we pass the same parameters, which are the topics and the retrieved answer. So the first task is the online search task. So searching online about the user request information, gathering requests about the topic. It can be used as well to search more information about reports that you have read, and to enrich your report with external internet links. So after here, I'm asking a markdown. So a markdown report on your answer about the user request after having made some search online about it. The report needs to be rich with a professional tone. Needs to be rich with a professional tone. The report's purpose is to have insights for a board manager meeting. Therefore, do not invent any fake information. It has to be grounded with referrals of where you found the information. Make sure that the report, change this, make sure that the report is having titles, paragraphs, links, and answer to the question about user topic, about output the report using Markdown. Okay, and here we just call the agent here. So we affect the agent here, which is the online search agent. So we're getting from the class that we have defined before. And we're going to do the same for the other ones. And we have an output file. The output file is the research report. Okay, so depending on your task, you can make this asynchronous. But here we're just using synchronous actions, database embedding retrieval task. So retrieving from the database information by running a tool that will provide information about the best vector from the embedded database the tool already set with the user topic, so we'll retrieve the information and return an answer that can be used. After retrieving information written by the database tool on the topic, you will produce a report. And after, I'm just doing also the same here, telling what is the tool about and affecting the database retriever. The judge data task is the same. So judging the report made by your colleague on search and database retriever about the topic, providing critical thinking. And after, I'm just here also giving a description of what is this tool to answer in order to have a well-rounded report answering to the topic. And here same, I'm going to affect critical results. So sorry, I'm a bit tired to read. I'm reading those. So you can pause the video and read the rest. I've read 99% of it. We're arriving to the end of this task. Task 4, produce the report. So here the final report is produced based by the work made by your colleagues. Okay. So I'll put the name of one colleague only. Maybe I can put all of them. So produce a very detailed professional report using Markdown. So here is the same. I give directives. It should be smart. And I'm going to affect here the report creator. So this is the agent. It's going to be affected here. So we combine the agent and set the workflow. We use another class. So we define a class here. We're going to pass all those variables. So all the variables here that you see, that's going to be passed to this class. Okay, the produce, report, the online searcher. So all the different agents we're going to pass in, and all the different tasks. Basically, that's what it is. The topics also. And the topic here. So agents, tasks, and topic. That's what we pass in this class. And after here, we're gonna make those agents working together. So we put all the tasks. So all the tasks here in a list. It's done. So the tasks defined here, just above, and the agents, same. All the agents will be here defined in a list. We're using, it says chat OpenAI, but it's using Groq under the hood. This is Groq. I could just put a Groq LLM. And the process is hierarchical. So we use this process to have the manager handling the agents. Now let's go to the application with a business logic. We have the title in the front end. We upload documents and embeddings. So this is definition for the embedding. This is all for the front end. This is now the Streamlit side of it. This is the form with user prompting logic to LLM. Ask question, get agent team, make a report. So it can be more explicit. Define it. And here we set everything in. So there's a lot of comments because I just changed the options sometimes. I want to use a different retriever, for example. Okay, so should we go through this? Yes. So we define here agent. I'm just going to check this maybe at the end. Okay, I'm going to return maybe something else. As you see here, I return like an empty string. Work done. Job done. Okay. And after we have the business logic function here, and that's the one is going to be reusing everything up there. So we start upload junk. If the status is upload done, we try to find the file name. So upload done, you see here I have set a dictionary. Upload done, but you can see there's a second variable file, second key, and the key I'm gonna update the value with the file name, and that's how we're gonna get the file name in the other functions. Here, file name, that is gonna be updating here. So after we can use the ask question to create the report. Here, file name, we got it, we put in the function, and the team can work on it. So if the file exists at the path, so that's where we expect the final report to come. So if it is true, if it exists, we can download the report. And here I just launch the business logic. So this is how we get the Streamlit app functioning. So you've been patient. I hope that you like this video, and like and subscribe. See you next time.